Hey everyone, Mr. Sujano here. In today's video, we are going over RetroArch on Steam. Let's get started. Alright, to kick things off, a little while back, or more or less a long while back, over a year ago, I posted a video about RetroArch coming to Steam. This was right around the time when we first found out about it. And since then, the news has been fairly quiet. Well, fortunately, RetroArch has come a long way and is now in beta on Steam. And fortunately, I do have beta access to take a quick peek at it. On the official RetroArch Steam page, it's still listed as coming soon. If you haven't already, I do recommend clicking that green button and adding it to your wish list. That way you'll know when it's officially released and you can try it out for yourself. When it is officially released, I'll probably also do another video on it, so you'll know either way. I think the most interesting thing about this listing is the fact that the cores are listed as DLC, so cores are not included in this version of RetroArch. You do have to add them as DLC, which is very weird, but at the same time, the cores are free, so it's not really a big deal. So here is the list of the cores that are currently available. There are only 10, but I'm almost certain that there will be more in the future. Taking a look at this by system, the first one is for N64, this one is for Sega Saturn, PlayStation 1, Atari 2600, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance. This is for the NES. This is for Super NES, and it'll also do the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. This is for the Sega systems, so the Sega Master System, the Game Gear, the Genesis or Mega Drive, as well as the Sega CD. And the last one here is for all of your arcade games. Now, to install these cores is also an interesting process. What you have to do is right-click on your RetroArch in the Steam menu, go down to Properties, from there go into DLC, and just make sure everything is checked. If you don't do that, it won't install any cores at all for you. Now, whether or not this is going to be the official way to install cores, I will be doing an updated installation and tutorial video once RetroArch is officially released. Alright, so here is RetroArch booted up and ready to go. If I go over into the Load Core menu, you can see each of the 10 cores that I installed via the DLC tab, and everything here looks to be absolutely okay. So for the next step, I'm going to go down into Import Content and scan an entire directory to import all of my ROMs. Now I just have to make sure I scan the correct directory wherever I stored my ROMs. I think it's the E drive. Fingers crossed I select the right one here. So I've imported my games. Fortunately, yes, I did select the right drive, and I did want to test something out as well. So I imported a PSP game, even though there is no PSP core. And if I do select a game here and go to run, it doesn't give me the option that I'm really looking for in order to run the game. I can try to run the game, but obviously it's not going to work. Alright, here's Majora's Mask up and running, and everything looks to be okay. The frame rate counter on the top left hand corner shows 60 frames a second, and that is actually the Steam overlay frame rate counter, which actually works perfectly with RetroArch, and that's a huge thumbs up with me. And here is Streets of Rage 3 up and running for the Sega Genesis. Also, everything looks to be okay here. If you ever want to change anything in terms of menu options, all you have to do is press F1 and that brings you up to the main menu. So anyways, that is all I've got for today. For those of you who are wondering, what is the point of RetroArch on Steam when you can get it just from RetroArch.com and use it as a standalone application? Well, there are a few big reasons. First and foremost, this is huge for the emulation community and people just getting into the emulation community. A lot of people don't really understand what RetroArch is, what it can do, and what it means for emulation. If this is available on the Steam store, it will introduce a whole new audience into emulation and retro gaming. It should hopefully make the installation process a heck of a lot easier. It will make netplay a heck of a lot easier too, because apparently you can just use your friends list to invite to multiplayer games, which is a huge plus. Now factor in the people who would like to use Steam Big Picture mode, and factor in the people who will be using Steam Workshop with this. Now bundle up all of that with the fact that RetroArch is going to be free, and this has the potential to be huge. Having RetroArch on Steam is a massive win for emulation, it's a massive win for retro gaming, and it's a massive win for gamers in general. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about having RetroArch on Steam. Once this officially releases, which I'm extremely excited for, I will be doing a series of videos specifically dedicated to RetroArch on Steam. If you like this video, leave a like. If you didn't like this video, leave a like. hit that subscribe button, check out my other videos. Thank you everyone, take care.